Greetings. Today we have an interesting Masonic ceremony in regards to the baptism of 6 children by Albert Pike. One of the most interesting and at the same time novel ceremonies connected with Freemasonry was performed in Masonic Hall, 13th Street, near 4th Avenue on Saturday evening. The celebrant was General Albert Pike of Arkansas, Grand Master of the Scottish Rite. General John H. Hobart Ward acted as senior warden. It consisted of the baptism of 6 children, ranging from 6 months to 8 years of age, according to the Masonic ritual. This being the first time the ceremony was performed at the North. A large number of Masons with their wives, daughters, sons, etc. were present, so that the lodge room were crowded. The ceremony took place in a lodge of perfection, which was open publicly. In the east on a platform were placed a font filled with oil, a vessel of consecrated oil, and a plate of salt. All being ready, 2 lines were formed, consisting of a guard with drawn swords, facing inward, and the officers and the members of the Grand Lodge of Perfection entered in procession to the music of a guard march by the organ. After several alarms, the parents and children entered with the godfathers and godmothers, the latter dressed in white. The children who were unable to walk were carried on a cushion covered with blue silk by the master of ceremonies. After him came a brother carrying the lighted candles, black, white, and rose color in the form of a triangle, while the choir sang the chant, "Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings, thou hast perfected praise." Then came the other children, 2 by 2. Then the fathers and the mothers. The procession went 3 times around the lodge room, the organ playing and the chant still proceeding, while the master and wardens repeated certain sentences, the mystic sentence commencing, "Suffer little children to come unto me, etc." After questions asked of the fathers and answered by them, the children were brought to the front and an impressive prayer offered by Brother Wilson Small as Grand Chaplain. This was followed by a hymn, and the master informed the godfathers and godmothers of their duty, while the orator in the north, the senior and junior wardens, admonished them and their parents to be true to themselves, to others, to their country, and to God. Another prayer was then offered, and the children were brought to the altar. Their names were Harrison Small McClinican, Harry Sheridan Lee, George Small Anderson, Zoe Virginia Gibson, Ann Teresa Gibson, and Charlotte May. The baptism was performed as follows. Placing the hand of the child in the front, filled with the perfumed water, the master said, "Harrison Small McClinican," naming each, "I wash thee with pure water. May God give thee and maintain thee in that innocence and purity of heart, of which this cleansing is a symbol." He next marked the delta with the consecrated oil on the forehead of each child, being the symbol of wisdom, might, and love of God, and blessed them according to the ritual. After a hymn was sung, all of the brethren knelt and made a solemn vow, which they confirmed by eating salt to protect the children through life. A locket was then given to each girl and a ring to each boy, with the assurance that if they were in distress or danger, they had only to send the locket or ring and they would be assisted. A jewel was also given, the delta, with Masonic emblems to each child, who was also invested with an apron, and the senior and junior wardens proclaimed the baptism along their columns, after which all clapped 3 times. And striking the palm of the hand against the left shoulder, and cried "Huzza" 3 times. The orator next delivered a discourse, and Wilson Small delivered an address on behalf of the godfathers. 2 young ladies were then selected to make a collection. It was announced that the money so obtained would be given to some needy brother whose name would not be publicly known, if there were any such known to a brother present, or it would be given to Grand Almoner, who would send it to a distressed brother without the knowledge of any one but the master, and the brother would not know where it came from. The Grand Master then said, "The labors of the day are concluded. May they be profitable to all. Go in peace. May our Father in heaven bless and prosper us in all our laudable undertakings. Amen." The procession then retired in procession in the same order as they entered, and the lodge was closed.